Guys, what is going on? I hope you guys are all doing well today. We had that Pokemon presentation yesterday, actually. Yeah, we had that yesterday, and I did catch some of it. I can't really say if it was good or bad because I'm not really a huge Pokemon fan like that. The last game they showed, Winds and Waves, it does look like a huge step up, big time. Like, it looks like they're finally putting a lot of effort into the game. But, not something that I'm really interested in, if I'm being quite honest with you guys. So today what I want to talk about is what kind of Pokemon game would I be interested in? Like, what would they have to do to make a Pokemon game that would appeal to me, or that I would want to actually go out of my way to play? So here's the kind of Pokemon game that I would totally spend money on and play, even if it was to cost like $80 or something like that. I would totally get this type of Pokemon game. I want a Pokemon game that is kind of like, it's like a Pokemon game that's a cross between Monster Hunter and Grand Theft Auto. And people are probably going to be like, what are you talking about? Well, basically, a Pokemon game that's a big open world game. And I know this new Pokemon game is probably going to be a big open world game, so there's some hope there. But I want a Pokemon game. It's like a big open world game. There's multiple characters you could choose to play as, and you can choose to either be good or bad. You can choose to take your Pokemon with you, and you can choose to go rob banks with your Pokemon, or go out into like out into like a wilderness area where there's other dangerous Pokemon. Try to capture Pokemon there. You could use your Pokemon to, fight against other people, which is something you already do. But like, I don't know, like on a larger scale, like fighting against factions, gangs, fighting against like a certain coalitions and whatnot. Maybe even fighting against the army or something, like really cool stuff like that. Like if they're to just, make it like just on a larger scale. And here's another thing I would really want them to do with a Pokemon game. I want a Pokemon game that is basically real time and not turn-based. I don't really like the turn-based stuff. Like Fire Emblem's a great game. I love the Fire Emblem games. I've been playing a lot of Fire Emblem Path of Radiance on the GameCube NSO. Super fun, and I highly recommend it to everybody who has the GameCube NSO. And if you don't have the expansion pass, you need to get it, and you need to play that game. That's a really fun game. So I'm not like against turn-based strategy games. What I don't like, I think there's way too many of them, for one. There's too many turn-based style games. I don't like that. There's like this other type of like gameplay. It's not turn-based. It's more like, I forget what they call it, but I hate it. It's like it's basically Xenoblade Chronicles. Like Xenoblade Chronicles X has this gameplay where you engage in a battle with some monster, creature, whatever. And so both like your character and the NPCs, they're kind of just right there automatically attacking each other. But you're not initiating the attacks yourself, like you're not hitting the B to strike or anything. No, it's just, they're just right there, shooting and slashing, whatever, and every now and then they'll give you like a button prompt. They'll say, hit X for maximum damage, and you hit X and you cause maximum damage, and you just keep doing that until their health bar like goes all the way down. And I forget what they call that. Let me know in the comments what they call that. Like some type, was that real-time turn-based? Is that what they call it? I do not like it. I do not like that. I think it's so boring. I'm just like, I really want to be the one just throwing attacks here. I don't like this whole, I don't know. It's just really dumb. Don't care for it. I find that genre to be super boring. For some weird reason, a lot of people like it. And a lot of people like turn-based way more than like just real-time. And turn-based is fun, but I don't understand why so many people prefer it over real-time. I also don't understand why so many people act like there's not enough JRPGs out there. I'm like, dude, like shit, there's a crap ton of JRPGs. What are y'all talking about? Anyways, that's the kind of Pokemon game I would like. One that's real-time. The action is real-time. You could play as the Pokemon themselves, not just as the trainer. but you could switch to the trainer to then summon another Pokemon or whatever. And wouldn't it be cool if there's like destructible environments? There's like you could destroy buildings with your ginormous Pokemon. Like you could cause some serious damage. You could destroy tanks, helicopters, and boats, stuff like that. I think that would be super freaking awesome for like a Pokemon game if they were to go all out and do something like that. Add more personality to it. You know, like things that people love in a Monster Hunter and a Grand Theft Auto game, you know, more personality, the option to, you know, be a criminal or be a good person, you know. That would be really cool. I think that would just be the best thing for a Pokemon game. Like, and now people are gonna say that shouldn't be like, you know, they shouldn't break tradition and make a mainline Pokemon game that plays that. That's fair, but they could just make a brand new Pokemon game that is, you know, not a mainline Pokemon game that plays like that. I think that would be awesome. And yes, there'll still be the ability to, like, you know, do all of your you know, trade Pokemon, whatever, you know. I think that would be super awesome. So like instead of Pokemon Legends ZA, which it seems to have mixed opinions, but there's a lot of people that like it, some people that don't. But like something like that, but how I described it, I think that would just be super freaking awesome. So yeah, I think that would just be the best thing. Then I think it would be really cool if they made like amiibos that kind of like Pokemon amiibos, like, but not the actual Pokemon themselves. It's basically just a Pokeball. And instead of having that kickstand, it's just a Pokeball and that's it. And you know, you could take that with you anywhere you go. You could attach it to your keychains or whatever, and whenever it's active, you know, basic similar to Pokemon Go, where, you know, wherever you went, you can find Pokemon out in the real world, stuff like that. I think that would be really freaking awesome. That would make more people interested in the game itself if they were to do something like that. So yeah, that would be something that would. All of those things that I mentioned would be things that would interest me greatly in a new Pokemon game. In fact, that's the type of Pokemon game I would pay $100 for if they were to do something like that. If it was like a large-scale open world, you could be a bad guy and your Pokemon. You could use your Pokemon to destroy, you know, certain buildings, you know, military bases or whatever, and stuff like that. You could raise an army of Pokemon. That would be super awesome. That's definitely something I would get. Definitely the type of game I would get. And of course, I'll have a bunch of different side quests or whatever, and cool shit like that. There's different turfs, different territories to try to take over and attack. Some people are like, "What? That's ridiculous. That's not Pokemon." Maybe some people are thinking that right now. I don't know. You guys let me know. Let me know. I think I've gained a lot of new Pokemon fan just over the last couple of days, a few days after the last two videos that I uploaded about the ridiculous controversy over $20 Pokemon games. So I think I've gained a lot of new Pokemon fans. I've already had subscribers that were Pokemon fans to begin with, so you guys let me know if any of these sound like a really good idea. I think they do, but y'all let me know. Y'all let me know if you think this is something that would take Pokemon to the next level. I think it definitely will. Dude, I think people who aren't Pokemon fans would love that shit. But yeah, that being said, I will talk to you guys later.